More than 10 Impala Platinum workers at Bafokeng-Rasimone have reportedly resurfaced following an alleged sit-in. About 2,000 workers staged a sit-in since yesterday. Operations at the mine have since been suspended. We get you the very latest with Geoffrey Moatshe, who is the National Union of Mine Workers Rustenburg Regional Secretary. Thank you very much, sir, for your time this afternoon. What happened?
Good afternoon, and thank you for having us, and let me extend my greetings to your viewers as well. Look, you just mentioned that there's some workers that have came out of underground. We could not talk to that issue because in our view, it's just a fraction of workers that we expect to come out of underground. I must confirm to you and the public that we ran a marathon of meetings yesterday, which overlapped up until 6 a.m. this morning. But we could not come to a possible resolution of the impasse. I must indicate, like I did yesterday in this very platform, that we sent a delegation of the regional leadership of NUM to underground to get to the gist of the matters, to what is the bone of contention from members. As the sole trade union representative at this mining house, we just worried as to why would members of a sole trade union embark on such an act when there are established structures of communication between NUM and management. I must say that upon our delegation coming back from underground, is then that we got a carbon copy of demands from the two affected shafts, which key amongst their demands was that they needed a payout of the pension fund following the acquisition of implants of Royal Bafokeng Platinum. Now, as a responsible trade union, we cannot take a public platform and lie to workers that they were going to get their pension payout when we know that the transaction that happened between implants and Royal Bafokeng Platinum was a 197 kind of an arrangement which says Impala would take responsibility of their liabilities that were carried by Royal Bafokeng Platinum, and which says no condition of employment will change. Now therefore we cannot be reckless as a trade union and say workers are going to get them, and when we know that is governed by the Pension Fund Act, and that is not possible for workers to access that. Then it says to you, somebody took advantage of the dire situation that mine workers are having in terms of high indebtedness, and therefore, if you come up with a possible quick solution for them to deal with their debts, obviously they are going to follow to your tricks or to your promises. The second issue that workers were saying they are demanding was that out of the payment of the employee share ownership scheme that we had with Royal Bafokeng Platinum then, there was an amount of 104 million that was used to service the new loan in terms of the new trust deed. I must be quick to point out that because of the lifespan of the trust deed that we had with Royal Bafokeng, that lifespan was cut short, and workers were to benefit something around 78 million. We then went out of our way, engaged implants as the acquiring firm, and at the end of the day, they agreed that they would go for an extra mile, take an 800 million loan to start a new deed, and in the ultimate end, the 78 million then went up to 216 million rand, and now workers were able to benefit. Each member who by then would have completed 5 years of service in terms of the trust would benefit something around 24 million. That was pre-tax. Now,
Mr. Moatshe, if you'd allow me to please just join you, just how many miners are, or initially, how many miners went underground to stage the sit-in?
Because it's spread across two shafts. One shaft, which is north shaft, it was something around 919, and at south, no, that is north shaft. At south shaft, it was something around 1,300, and I'm not sure of the units there, but it's something just above 1,300. As we left the mine around 10, it was 846 at north shaft and something around 1,266 of workers which still remained underground. Hence I was saying there's been media reports and something on social media that about 66 workers have resurfaced. It's something that I'm still repeating. We could not say to the public that such a number has resurfaced, because to us it's a fraction of what we expect to come out of underground. What is now key to us as stakeholders is to say, let's prioritize the health and safety of these workers who are underground, taking into consideration that some are on chronic medication. There are about 21 females who are also underground. And we came to an establishment that we don't think these workers are underground out of their own will. We now suspect that this now has turned into a hostage situation, because the delegation that we sent underground is indicating that the perceived unity of these workers underground is not true. Some want to come out of underground. It's just that they are scared to do so.
Mr. Moatshe, sir, that workers would want their pensions to be paid out so that they can deal with their debt tells us what about their living conditions?
Look, I think it's a problem countrywide, given the high unemployment rate. And I said earlier that the way workers are indebted makes them vulnerable to somebody who can come with a perceived quick solution in terms of money, and they would run to whoever seems to be the messiah to resolve their solutions, their problems in terms of high indebtedness. Now, it's common cause that we are sitting with a higher unemployment rate in the country, and it's something that we must continue as stakeholders, as powers that be, to deal with that issue.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time this afternoon. Geoffrey Moatshe, Rustenburg Regional Secretary.